Great day, everyone. This is Jason Santos, and for today, we will continue the discussion of general mathematics, and we are now on simple and compound interests. So, this is a part of the most essential learning competencies in the second quarter, where we delve on the topic of compound interest, simple, and general annuities. So, first, let's try to understand what interest means, okay? So, when you save money in the bank, you will gain an interest paid by the bank. Or on the other hand, when you borrow money, you are charged an interest on the amount you borrowed. So how does gain and charge interest compute? Or how is it computed? A debtor pays the bank an amount which is more than the amount they borrowed, and an investor may withdraw from the bank more than the amount deposited. And this additional sum is called the interest. So basically, when you talk of interest, it is applied when you borrow, and it is also applied when you return the money. And most of the institutions, no, financial institutions, banks, even persons, or even when you try to borrow money, they are all involved in the concept of interest. So, just to talk in vernacular, lahat tayo familiar na no sa interest. So, diyan kumikita yung mga bangko and yung persons who are trying to loan money or nagpapautang ng pera, uh, sa interest kumikita. And us naman as debtors, no, we pay the interest, no. So whenever we borrow the principal, may nakapatong na interest. Okay? So here are some of the terms that we have to understand when we talk of simple and compound interests. Okay? So when you talk of lender or creditor, this is a person or institution who will invest the money or makes the funds available. So yun yung nagpapautang, no? We have borrower or debtor, the person or institution who owes the money or borrows the money, avails the funds from the lender. So again, pwedeng person, pwedeng institution kasi let's say you are running your business, ang uutang yung business but not you personally, vice versa. Okay? And original or loan date is the date on which the money is received by the borrower. So this is very important kasi from the origin date or loan date, we will be able to determine the repayment and the maturity date. Okay? Doon natin malalaman kung kailan tayo magbabayad and how much is the interest. That's why on number 4, repayment date or maturity date is the date on which the money borrowed or loaned is to be completely repaid. And next we have the time or term is which is the amount of time in years the money is borrowed or invested. Okay? So iba-iba yung terms. There could be 6 months, 12 months, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years. It depends. It is to be determined by the lender, yung nagpapautang. Okay? We also have principal or present value, which is the amount you will be borrowing from the origin date. So, iba yung present value doon sa maturity value, item number 8. Kasi yung maturity value is the combination of principal plus the rate of interest. So, yung inutang mo, let's say 500 pesos, may interest na 10%. So, by the time that you return it, 550 pesos na siya kasi meron ka ng rate of interest, number 7. And then, inad mo siya dun sa present value. Kaya yung maturity niya, amount of X years that the lender receives from the borrower on the maturity date equal to the sum of principal and the interest earned. So for every financial transaction, whether you borrow, invest a certain amount, a corresponding percentage of the principal called interest is being paid. The simple interest is the interest charge on the principal alone for the entire duration of period of T or time of the loan or investment at a particular rate or R. After the term of the loan or investment, the maturity value or future value is computed by getting the sum of the principal and the interest due. So yun yung sinabi ko, no? And for us to better understand this, let's look at the formulas, no? So on our formulas, you can see the simple interest, which is principal times rate times time. And then you have future value, which is principal plus simple interest or principal plus principal times rate times time, no? Binalikan lang natin yung sa simple interest. Or future is equals to principal times 1 plus rate times time. Okay? And then, how do you get the principal? Principal is equals to simple interest over rate times time, or principal is equals to future value minus simple interest. Yung T naman, or time, how do we get that? It's simple interest over principal times rate. And yung R, which is the rate, you get that by dividing simple interest over principal times time. So when you have these formulas, madali nang masagutan yung ating activity. So here, in our example, how do we compute for the blank, no? The blank items here. Gagamitin mo lang yung formula na meron tayo. Okay? So let's look at item number 1. Okay? And the rest I will leave it up to you to answer. Okay? So number 1, simple interest is equals to 625,000. So paano nangyari yon? Again, principal 500,000 times rate 12.5% times 10 years or time. Kaya ka nakarating sa 625,000. And then yung future value, paano naman yung nakuha? It is just adding principal 500,000 plus 625,000, which is the simple interest. Okay? So there you have it. May sagot na tayo doon sa dalawa nating items. So again, no, I'm leaving items number 2 to 5 to you to answer. And then I hope you have learned something from this very short discussion. For more videos like this, you can go ahead and check my playlist for mathematics and other videos for business topics and senior high school modules. So with that, thank you so much, and I will see you on the next video.